All right, here is the situation. Women, they love sex. They want sex. Except for the fact that one of the worst things in the world for a woman is to be considered a slut, or to be called slutty, or to be seen as promiscuous, or any of the negative connotations around someone having a lot of sex. That is something that they're trying to avoid at all costs. So it's very shameful for a woman to be outwardly known as someone who has a lot of sex. And that itself is a shame. I don't think there's anything wrong with sex, but society has this grasp on women saying if you are having a lot of sex and if you're very outwardly spoken about it, it is bad. And if I had to compare it, it would be like people saying to men that they're losers because they haven't had sex, or oh, they're 30-year-old virgins so they're not a man yet, or to man up, or in order to be more masculine you have to be a guy who is really strong and gets all the girls, right? That's also probably shameful for you. Maybe you're even feeling that as well. So now that you understand that, then you can understand better how sex is perceived for a woman. She likes it, she wants to have it, but if she's too persistent, too assertive in trying to get it, then she is scared that she is going to look like a slut, and she doesn't want to look that way in front of her friends, and especially in front of you. So this leads to the two reasons why a guy like you needs to be the one who is taking control in terms of the sexual experience for a woman, especially in the very first time. Because A, she's not going to do it because she wants you to do it because she doesn't want to be perceived as a slut. And B, she's actually more attractive to a man who's going to be assertive and to take control and take the lead because it's a masculine trait that her as a feminine is attracted to. So now that you understand this, let me go over a few words and a few phrases that really embody this concept. What I'm about to teach you is what I call dominant language. Dominant language is language that's showing your dominance, that's showing your assertiveness. Now, what this does is this actually turns her on because she is in the presence of masculine, someone who is making decisions, someone who is taking control, who is taking charge. So here are some phrases and words that you can use in terms of being able to trigger some of this attraction. So one that I always talk about is let's, right? Let's, L-E-T''S, let's. That's you saying, hey, let's go do this, let's go do that. You're the one who is suggesting for something that you guys can do. Another word is were, okay? Were, W-E''R-E. Now, whether you're going to be using this as a text message or in person, you can tell her, hey, we're going to go do this tonight. Or we're so attracted to each other, aren't we? You're creating what I call the we bubble when you're using we or we are or were. Here's another one. This is a good one to use when you're actually at a bar and you're meeting someone for the first time, or maybe you meet them and you guys have been talking for a couple minutes, but there's some space between you two. So you look at her in the eyes and say, come here, come here. Again, you being assertive, taking control. This is going to be very sexy to her. Here's another one. You say, give me. So give me your hand, give me a hug, give me a kiss, give me your attention. You are directing her. You are telling her what to do. Now, of course, everything you're saying here, it's not you being bossy. It's not about you bossing her around and telling her what to do, but it's you who's the one who's, like I said, taking control and being the one to take charge and make the decisions. Of course, if she doesn't want to do something, she doesn't have to do it. You're not going to force her to do anything, but at least you're going to be the one who is making that initial decision. Now that you understand that, let's cut to a real quick clip from my podcast where I talk about comfortability and sex for a woman and how it all works with you being the one taking charge. Check this out. So this goes back to what I was saying before. Why is a woman interested in sex one moment and then in the total next moment she's not into it all? Why in one moment she's totally free, carefree, and really into and really turned on and really open to having sex or being sexual with you, and the next minute she's totally stone cold? Well, of course, in this case, it's because she had a few drinks, but that gave her access to find that place of being more open and comfortable. But the whole idea was alcohol, what that did in that moment is it made her more comfortable. Okay, so it's that when she went to your place, she wasn't like that. Not because she wasn't drinking. Of course, Drinking is one vessel to that place, but you need to get her feeling comfortable and feeling sexual and feeling open. So you can't sit here and wait for her to give you the clear signs. You're waiting for her to lead. That's not how this goes. The man in this case should be leading. She's waiting for you to lead the sexual experience. Okay, so in order to make her feel comfortable and open, what you need to do is create that environment for her. And no, I'm not telling you to feed her alcohol. Okay, we'd hopefully do this without alcohol. Let's get to a point when you're with a woman where you don't need that for yourself or her to be turned on. So how do you do that? Well, you got to be confident in all of your moves, okay? So you can't be waiting or hesitating. You got to be confident and you need to go for it. So how does that start? Well, you need to go for the kiss. And then you need to pull her in and make her feel safe and comfortable. And then you can start touching. I don't like to use the word grope. It's got such a negative connotation to it. Let's just say caress or touch, okay? And then you guys can touch each other. And then you can start turning her on that way. And then you can go for consent, which, by the way, is totally fine. People are like, what? That's going to ruin the mood. It's not going to ruin the mood. It's going to be fine. She's going to be excited that you actually asked because she's going to see she's with a mature adult who's confident enough to ask for something like that. If you want to blow her mind in the bedroom, I want you to check out this very lengthy and awesome report. It's actually a blog post, but it could be a report because it's so long, because it's so rich with information on how to be an amazing lover. I had it written by one of my good friends and sex experts, Caitlin V, and she wrote this whole guide, report, whatever you want to call it, in a blog post that is going to teach you the 10 mistakes that a lot of guys make in the bedroom and how to fix them. I'm going to put a link down in the description below. Go check out that link because this is going to help you tremendously. And if you want to leave a comment down below where we can talk about this, let's talk about it. Leave a comment and I'll see you there. Don't forget to check out that blog post right now. Lights out.